Hydrology cycle, we discussed about that one. What do you mean by surface and groundwater resources? And also we discussed about the what do you mean by hydrological cycle, and related to that we discussed in that last class, last two video models. In that the main components of hydrological cycle we discussed. In that one more component is that hydrological interception. That is also one of the component related to that one hydrological cycle. So we'll discuss about that also. Interception, what is. So so here means interception means that is part of precipitation collects on the plant canopy, ultimately evaporates, obstruction from precipitation. That we can plant leaves or catch some of the water. That is called interception means part of the water it collects from the canopy. That is called interception. This water ultimately operates, then it goes to the atmosphere, and some of the intercept water abstract from the plant also, and that is also very minor part. And most of the water is going back to the atmosphere by uh, evaporation by the plants. Ultimately intercepted water evaporates, but of course we are looking for the quantification. We have to see the obstruction from the precipitation. We have to quantify amount of interception depends, various factors are there, storm characters, and what is the intensity of rainfall, how much is the duration, then vegetation, mainly whether it is thickly forested or thinly vegetated, or grass, or what kind of canopy is there. Accordingly interception varies. Then what is the growth stage, crop season, and wind velocity, what kind of wind velocity, whether it is dry season or winter season. Of course wind velocity also we need to calculate. Importance of interception depends upon whether it's going for accurate hydrology, or in that time we need to consider interception loss also. When it's considered for long duration, long duration model concern, interception is important. Significant loss is there in interception. uh, One is the commonly used equation for in potential store interception calculation is Li is equal to S plus K plus C2. Li is equal to volume of intercepted, S is equal to intercept storage. So interception storage plus the ratio of surface area of intercepting leaves, and plus the amount of water evaporated per hour during the precipitation poured. Using this all we can calculate the volume of intercepted. So the assumption here we are making rainfall sufficient to satisfy. That is assumption we are making. And now if you want to account to the rainfall in this equation modified, and we can use it for that. L is equal to S minus 1 minus e to the power minus p by s plus 1 plus k into e power to the. This is one of the sample equation. A number of many equation is there available number of equation available in literature quantify the interception. Major losses and for long time hydrological modeling, that is significance in the hydrological long time modeling. Annual losses also, and for annual losses we have to consider interception. One of the another is important parameter is other losses also we can get. Surface or detention, that is also one of the losses. As per the surface is concerned, number of small depression is there. Then all the depressions filled by water, and then its runoff is started. Water retained on the ground surface in micro depressions. There can be small depressions. Then it's micro depression. This water either evaporate or infiltrate into the soil. This is small holdings. It can be evaporate, or it will infiltrate into the downs to the soil. Then the nature of the depressions as well as the size is largely function of the original land, and original land from our local land use practices and erosion pattern. Then surface detention is water temporarily detained on the surface. This is a necessary requirement for surface runoff to occur. Uh, this is actually somewhat considered for hydrologic modeling part of the surface runoff itself. Controlling factors, some of this surface micro relief, vegetation, surface slope, topography, and rainfall excess. So depending upon the whether we are going to accurate measurements or accurate measure hydrologic modeling or surface stations or detention. Actually it is very complex or complicated to identify the how much would be the retention or detention. Generally in this very small percentage rainfall will be considered in surface retention or detention. Then it is next is the very important hydrologic matter is infiltration. Actually that is the most important hydrological process is it is decides how much should be the when we consider the precipitation how much will be the water losses, what is the water is going to be earth and soil to the aquifer system, that is very important. Infiltration process by which water on the ground surface enters the soil, water enters the ground surface, that is called infiltration. The infiltration of capacity of soil determines amount of time distribution of rainfall excess for runoff from a storm. If we given a storm, we can see that rainfall taking place and then what is happening here when rainfall takes place, soil condition through the soil pores, water will be infiltrated into the soil unsaturated layer, and when then it slowly goes to the capillary fringe and finally is to the groundwater. So this is very important infiltration, and infiltration is very important parameter. So we estimate surface runoff within a watershed, how much subsurface storage is all decided by the infiltration. Some of the important controlling factor as per the important factor, the soil type and degree of aggregation between particles, arrangement of particles, and what kind of soil it is placed, sandy soil, and then vegetative cover, and whether it is vegetation cover, sand or grass, or say what kind of vegetation cover is there, either forested or non-forested. Then surface crusting season of the year, some of the other controlling factors, anticipated moisture, what is the moisture holding in the soil, rainfall hydrograph, and this rainfall whether it is continuously taking place or infiltration keep on reducing. Then it is surface subsurface moisture condition, everything different, so many condition is there. Infiltration is very difficult to quantifying the since its soil moisture is very complex, and it's not easy to identify. And then, but anyway, number of methodologies there, number of methods developed for various researchers last few decades. So using either one of these methodologies suitable to particular area, we can identify how much infiltration is losses takes place. Next, next one is infiltration estimation. How we can infiltration measured using infiltrometers or rainfall or runoff plots in a given location. Double ring infiltrometer is there. We can do experiment over the particular location and identify the how much is the infiltration rate, and rainfall runoff plots. I said plot is concerned, a small plot, we can consider how much is the if you identify the evaporation losses, how much is the runoff, from that we can identify the how much is the infiltration taking place. Entry of water into soil surface measured on a small pot of soil, that gives the infiltration rate. Infiltration rate generally volume per unit unit time per unit of area or depth per unit time. This shows with respect to time infiltration rate. The infiltration rate, the graph is there, we can plot it and we can find it at mm per hour, how much what is the rate. The initial infiltration we can't find it, is immediate touches to the surface, immediately water will go infiltrate to the soil. As I mentioned that one number of methods are available to infiltration. Some of the important methods is Horton's equations and Green-Amt equation and Phillips equation, Darcy's equation and Kostikov's equation and Horton's equations, Kostikov equations, like that. Number of equations that are available in the literature to identify the infiltration estimation, depending upon the data availability of the particular location, depending upon the accuracy which is available, which is looking for, which we can choose particular infiltration method is, then we can calculate the infiltration. Here we discuss different methods. Horton's equation is there. One of the commonly method is the Horton's equation. So here assumption is that infiltration starts from constant rate 0, then it is decreases aspirants with the time. F, one equation is there, TF is equal to TF TU minus TE minus E minus to the power to the minus KT. Some infiltration is there. So Ft is the infiltration rate at time, and Tc is the initial infiltration, and F0 is the constant or equilibrium infiltration rate after the soil has been saturated, and minimum infiltration. K is the decay constant specific to the soil, particular soil. This equation we can utilize for Horton's equation. Then another equation is the Phillips infiltration model. Equation is physically half SI is equal to T to the power minus half plus K, where SI is the infiltration softivity, is the hydraulic conductivity, which is considered equal to the Ks, saturated hydraulic conductivity, Ks, and T is time. So Phillips infiltration model also another commonly used infiltration model. And then another infiltration method is Horton's empirical equation, and here we using GA to the power S to the power 1 by 4 FC. F is the inches per hour. GA is the crop growth index that ranges from 0.1 to 1 to 1. A is the macro pores associated with the plant roots, and steady state inflection rate, available storage on the surface layers. So like this we can various equations available depending upon that data availability, and depending upon soil nature and other conditions, we can choose particular equations, estimate the infiltration. So if you're not going for complex equations, Horton's or in equations, we can use for consideration patterns. Rainfall is we can describe in terms of infiltration index, that we can say that obstruction. This method seems to be constant value of infiltration capacity for full duration. Phi index or W index, that two types of method is there. So that is one of the method to find out the infiltration capacity. W index, this considered initial obstruction, then it's difficult to determine the correct value of initial obstruction. Pi index is pi index we can use it for finding out the, but it's sufficient data available. We're looking for accurate measurement for the infiltration. We have to use the various models, Phillips models, Horton's equations, or Horton's empirical equation, like that. This is about the infiltration. Next, one of the important hydrological process we have to consider, precipitation runoff depends upon the how much is the percentage infiltration taking place considered location. Now we'll go, some of the other important hydrological processes. Now we'll first is evaporation. As I mentioned, there is always rainfall taking place. Evaporation may be less, otherwise evaporation is taking place. All the surface water body from the soil as transpiration or evaporation from the plants, all these taking place. And evaporation is an important process. Evaporation is the process where liquid water is transferred into a gaseous state at a temperature less than the boiling point through the process of transfer of heat energy. Evaporation water occurs when the surface of the liquid exposed, allowing molecules to escape and form water vapor. This vapor can then rise up and form clouds. Uh, so the change in the state requires an exchange of 585 cal for each gram of water evaporated. Then important factors for affecting for evaporation is uh, we can say that one, solar radiation, differences in vapor pressure and between water surface, overlying air, relative humidity, temperature, wind, atmospheric pressures, etc. There are a number of factors affecting for evaporations. Some of the important factors is one, we're looking for water resource assessment. As per the water shed concerned, we are identifying the how much water is evaporation takes place. So for example, from the lakes, from the reservoirs, from the rivers, or any other water body. Then of course various other losses, soil or etc. Some exact measurement of evaporation very difficult for generally for large water bodies of it's very difficult. Some experiment we can consider, and some equation we can use it. From open water surface, evaporation measured by various equipment such as atmometers, evaporometers, or open pans. So this shows a different typical pans is there. Using that we can find it out evaporation method. And for large bodies is very difficult. And if we can fill that pans according to that various particular time, with respect to time, how the variation depth takes place. According to that we can find it out how much the evaporation takes place. Evaporation fans are considered finding the reservoir evaporation using water filled containers like this, observed how much water is lost over time. And different types of fans is available: US Class A pan, ISA standard pan, Colorado Sunken pan, Russian GGA pan. And so like that we can identify the coefficient of fan coefficient, which is a ratio lake to pan evaporation, different coefficient, and multiply that, identify how much is the evaporation taking place for the given water body or given the reservoir, for the lake which we consider. Other than experiment measurements, we can also estimate equations. One is various methodologies listed here. One is water budget method. This is from ponded water, lakes or reservoirs. We can identify, we can account the frogens, inflow and outflows, and we can identify the how much is the evaporation. And another is an energy budget method. One, it's based on the application of law of conservation of energy and how much energy takes place, that and everything calculated. Mass transfer method is so called aerodynamic methods based on the turbulent transfer of water vapor from an evaporating surface to the atmosphere. And so number of mass transfer models are available in the literature. And combination of mass transfer method, energy budget method, and also number of empirical formulas there to find and take the USGS and USBR formula, to where evaporation is equal to E is equal to 4.57 T plus 4.43.3 evaporation centimeter per year. T is equal to mean annual temperature in centigrade, like that. So we can identify the as I mentioned, evaporation pans also we can utilize. Evaporation is a major losses as per the surface water flow. It is always say depending upon the area, tropic area, 30% to 40% to 50% evaporation losses from the reservoirs, the lakes. So if we control the evaporation by using various measures, that we can reduce the evaporation. How better use of this available water. We have different evaporation controllers there. We can say storing of water in covered reservoirs, making increased use of underground storage, controlling aquatic growth, and building storage reservoir within minimal surface areas, and conveying in closed conduits rather than open channels, and applying thin chemical films, and by like using alcohol, Application of cetyl alcohol is the effective and feasible method, and reduces the operation 20 to 50% by preventing the water molecules to escape from the water surface. Actually, this is we can only think that try bit expensive, but its water quality effect and no water quality effect is like colorless, odorless, and non-toxic, and it is feeling uh, and if we can reduce the operation, then we can water stored in the lakes and reservoirs we can use for dry periods. Then another important process is transpiration, that also we can discuss here. It is different. We discussed this all in that measurements, everything, pan operation, how we can measure everything we discussed here in that operation. In that next we'll go for one more method, that is what we can say that we'll go for water budget method. Water budget method, how we can do that water budget method. Based on the measurement of continuity of water flow, essentially the budget comprised by the various items of input and water storage of hydraulic system. Here water budget method we are using that, or we can say that water we can say that that is water balance method. So we using this one method for finding out the inflow minus outflow, and here E is the evaporation, V is in the continuation, V is the evaporation, and S1 and S2 is the storage at time 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 storage, and I is the surface inflow, and P is the precipitation, O is the surface outflow, and O as the surface subsurface seepage. So here what we can say, surface inflow and precipitation, that two are is inflow, it means that two are is positive, because water is adding for that particular place, and remaining everything is losses. So that for the inflow minus outflow, that is the total. So inflow minus outflow is equal to storage. For example, suppose if water is if you're collecting water in your tank in your home residential building, so the morning that they're filling the tank, so after usage of whole day that water, next day if you're measuring how much water that stored, that is called storage. How much water is collected or how much water is balanced, that is called storage. So so that reason that water balance method is very much important to find out in the inflow minus outflow.